Hello all, welcome back to day number 4 in our 8 crazy tags of Hanukkah series. We have reached the midway point in this series, and of that I am particularly grateful. This always tests the limits of my creativity when I do this series. Never mind the fact that I just started doing it last year. That's besides the point. It's a test of my creative skill set. Anyway, because it was the midway point, I decided it was time to bust out the alcohol inks on the gel plate. I have my 3x5 gel press, and I picked out a whole bunch of reds. And honestly, I can't really tell the difference in the shades. There's like 4 reds, one of them's crimson. As always, check the description box below for a list of the full supplies. I did throw in a couple of colors that were a little brighter. Maybe that's the word. I could definitely tell the difference. So I know that there's some gumball, which I'm getting ready to start applying through the stencil. And there's also a butterscotch in there just to give me like a nice orangey yellow effect. I am being careful to just put out the tiniest bit from the alcohol ink bottle into the little holes that the stencil creates, because if you use too much, that will kind of just leak out underneath the stencil. The color choices, again, are kind of this red, orange, yellow effect that I'm going for, because my focal point, I'm going to do a contrasting color, and I'm going to do it in teal, because I think that teal and red, well, it's just honestly, it's my favorite color combination, teal and red. So I'm getting ready to pull the print, and I'm using just a very, very thin layer of white acrylic paint. I haven't done this. I haven't pulled the print with anything but white paint, and now I'm thinking I might want to try it with a different color. Maybe I'll do a video on that. So I have a very thin layer of white paint. I'm pulling the print, and okay, it got stuck. It was a little anticlimactic, but here it is. Oh, it's so pretty. This is why I love alcohol inks on the gel plate, because of how bright the color is. It's just amazing. Because those colors are so bright and almost glossy, I decided that I wanted that same effect on my focal point. And y'all, I have just discovered foiling. I have a Deco Foil adhesive pen. This is only the 3rd or 4th time I've used this, because like I said, I just discovered this whole world of foiling. I don't know how I've missed it, because this is something that I can totally get behind. I went over the die cut Star of David with the Deco Foil adhesive pen, and now I have this really beautiful teal. The camera's making it look blue, but it's this gorgeous teal color that I am burnishing with my finger. So I could totally play this off and say that that distress look was part of my plan, but it wasn't. I just haven't mastered using the adhesive pen yet. So what I did was I just went back like 5 or 6 times with the adhesive pen and filled in all the blank spots. That's it. I don't really know if you're supposed to do that or not, but that's what I did. So we're just going to make it work. I am going to start working on my collage elements now. I have an old tag that had been previously stamped with some olive scribble stick repeatedly. I was just playing around. And I know that I need to add a little bit of black as a neutral. I picked this Dina Wakley collage paper initially because, I mean, it's just awesome. But when I layered everything, because of how distressed the focal point was, and then all of the texture and patterns in the background, I realized that it really needed something solid black to lay on. I took some more of that acrylic 3.0 and I just smeared it right across some deli paper with my finger, and then mostly let it dry. That's why I'm cutting it. I tried ripping it, but because the paint wasn't dry, it didn't rip well. But then I'm like, you know what, it's okay. It's just going to have a couple of straight edges. It's fine. Who's going to notice? So the black was great, but then it was almost too black. And I liked that freaking blackboard technique so much that I was like, well, let's try it on the deli paper. And you know what? It totally worked. Adding that little bit of white chalk over that black toned it down perfectly. Like, I was losing my mind in real life when I was doing this. It just looks so good. The camera doesn't do it justice. So now I'm going to add my sentiment. I'm using another Casual Friday stamp that I picked up, and it's Hag Sameach, which is like the Jewish translation to Happy Festival, which is in English, the equivalent is Happy Holiday, so it's appropriate for Hanukkah. To fellow members of the tribe, I apologize for my pronunciation. I did poorly in Hebrew school. The font is a little bit different than what I normally work with, but I thought it just kind of went with the feeling of this tag. Do tags have feelings? I don't know. I think it does. Alright guys, so here is the finished tag. I love the foil. There's going to be some more of that in the future. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you tomorrow. Hey, here's some more videos that you might like, and please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button so that you can see more of my content.